your guys' questions. And I wanted to start by answering a concern that I got on my new video. I thought I might explain it, asking why I don't make bipolar disorder or depression content anymore, because obviously my video I just uploaded was ridiculous. Anyway, so I thought today I would start off the video talking about my illness, being bipolar, content where I'm talking about my mental illness. My Amazon package is on the way! Woohoo! I ordered conditioner because I have to order products not tested on animals. So you can't just like go to Target and get shampoo and conditioner. So I have to order on Amazon. And it's literally taking forever. And it's Prime shipping. It used to be 2-day shipping and not anymore. So, to help with signal on either side, switch to 144. Anyways, it's taking forever. It took 2 weeks, so I have not been conditioning my hair. How does it look? I don't know. It hasn't been like brushable very much lately, so I'm really excited. The sound, it is not good. Your audio is not clear. I can see you finally. Aloha from Indiana. We don't actually say aloha here. Oh my gosh, guys. So I've lived in Indiana for 5 years in a city called Terre Haute. Also, sorry about the, there's so many technical problems right now. So my phone's about to die, so I have to have it charged. And my long charger broke, so I can't do that. And then if I move my extension cord, then it like unplugs the lights. So there's so many issues in this video. Haha, I remember you said you lived here. I'm from the Haute. You can use coconut oil or olive oil or avocado. Oh, you eat avocado? You don't put it in your hair. That's disgusting. Shh, don't tell Lizzie here. Anyways, so why don't I not talk about my illness more? So I noticed this with other YouTubers I watch who are bipolar. They would make like dozens of videos about bipolar, and then at a certain point, just like stop making videos. And there's this one YouTuber I watch. Her name is Raw Sammy, and she even made a video like why bipolar doesn't bother me anymore, or why it's like not a big deal. And I was like, how is that possible? This is me in like 2016. Like, how is it possible that it's not like the hugest deal ever? That's crazy. Like, that's offensive to people who have bipolar. But now I'm at a point where it's honestly not a big part of my life, and I actually forget I'm bipolar most of the time. Obviously, I have to take meds every night, but I'm so used to taking meds that it's just like, oh, I'm taking meds tonight. It's not like, you have been diagnosed with bipolar disorder type 1 and have horrific manic and depression episodes that are mentally scarring. I don't think about that every night. And yeah, there's parts of bipolar that probably affect my daily life, like memory is a big one. Yeah, memory is, I think, the biggest problem. Just not remembering things from the past, not remembering what I'm supposed to do. So memory is like the biggest problem. But other than that, I feel like I don't have any symptoms that much. Like maybe one day I'll have some slight depression, or like one night I won't be able to fall asleep until like 3 a.m. because I'm like a little bit manic. But it's not at all as intense as the actual episodes. It's breakthrough symptoms. So I feel like when I was diagnosed and figuring everything out, I went through like legitimate major depressive disorder episode, and I went through legitimate manic break episode. But now it's like many things. So after I've gone through that and made so many videos talking about it, I have, I think, almost 70 videos in my playlist about bipolar and depression. Like 70 videos that are probably each 20 to 30 minutes. Think how many hours that is talking about something. So eventually you run out of things to talk about. And I think it would be this way with like any sort of specific illness. Like if I had ulcerative colitis and I was documenting the process and I made 70 videos talking about like my treatment and experience and what's traumatizing and signs that you have it and meds I'm on, like you can make 70 videos about name any illness, any disease. You can make like loads of videos talking about it. But then ultimately, it's like, I'm done. That's kind of how I feel. So like the video I uploaded today, it was like a repeat of another video I've made, like how to deal with depression besides medicine, like things you can do. Like I already made a video on it, and I made like an updated one. But did I need to make it? No. I would have just sent people to the other video I made. But I know it's relevant right now because everyone's stuck inside, so people's mental illness symptoms are worse. So yeah, that's like the short answer of why I don't talk about it. It's because I forget that I'm bipolar. and it's not a big part of my life. I don't have episodes anymore. I don't have side effects from medicine. I've been on the same medications for 1 year. I've been on one of my medications, Lamictal, for 4 years, and then another one for 2 years, and then another one just for a year. So I've been fully medicated for 4 years, and my specific medicines, like I'm used to the pill color, the way it feels swallowing the pill, the texture of the pill, like everything. I'm just like used to it, and I like take my pills, and like that's it. So that's kind of my experience with bipolar disorder for the past couple of years. It's just not a big part of my life. So yeah, I hope that answers that question. It's not like I'm avoiding the topic. I'm just kind of bored of the topic at this point. And I also have found that if I ruminate too much on what happened, it makes me kind of cry and feel terrible about what I've experienced because it was so traumatizing. And so I think it's also good to not constantly be like ruminating on it. It's kind of like if you went through an experience and have PTSD now, it doesn't help going to therapy and talking about it like for years at a time. Like maybe go to therapy, talk about it, and then that's it. You don't like constantly ruminate on it. So that's kind of, I don't have PTSD, obviously, from my depression episodes. It's pretty horrific and traumatic, everything that happened in mania as well. But it's like, why talk about it all the time? So yeah, make sure to thumbs up the video, like the video, put a shirt on. I am wearing a shirt and pants, so I hope that clears it up for everyone. Let's see. Scrolling through the comments. How long did it take you to see the difference when taking meds? So first I was diagnosed with depression and then bipolar disorder. When I was diagnosed with depression, I didn't see a difference for 2 months because antidepressants take a long time to kick in. Once I went on lithium, I was off of antidepressants, I went on lithium. It took a week to kick in. So mood stabilizers are great. And then Lamictal took 2 months to kick in, like 6 to 8 weeks. 6 weeks you started feeling it, and then 8 weeks total. And then Seroquel, which is the other medicine I'm on, that took like less than a week to kick in. And then it's kind of like an immediate effect. It like is sedated, so it immediately helps you calm down, but then long term it helps like general mania too. And then Vraylar, less than a week. So nice shirt, Lizzie. You look nice. I know. It's like it's totally covering me up too. What's the deal with this shirt? I don't understand. Like nothing is showing. I don't understand. People are so weird. I wasn't trying to like come on a certain way. The shirt and pants design is cool. Yeah, it's like a beaded flower topic. Yeah, I'm just like at home, so I think I have PTSD too. Yeah, I definitely don't have PTSD just because the way I've heard it described, it's like a lot of panic attacks and obviously depression, SUICIDE ideation. But yeah, like depression and bipolar and PTSD definitely have some like overlapping symptoms, but I've never been through anything that has given me like legit PTSD. But I can totally relate to people who have symptoms that I have. I've talked to people with PTSD who felt like really understood by like my experience and my story and stuff. So what is your favorite thing to snack on? So this is gonna sound weird, but I don't snack. I haven't my entire life. Even when I was a child, we didn't have snack food. So what I do is I eat breakfast, I eat lunch, and I eat dinner, and that's it. And sometimes I'll make a dessert and eat that for after dinner. But I don't snack because I eat a ton of calories in each meal, and then I'm sedated. Not sedated, I'm satiated. And I can go through the rest of the day. So I made a lot of recipe videos on how I eat. But today, as an example, I made a smoothie in the morning. I put 2 bananas, blueberries, mangoes, oats, flaxseed, almond milk, huge smoothie. That filled me up until, almond butter as well in there to pack in calories. That filled me up until I had lunch at like 1 p.m. And then for lunch, I made a veggie burger and bread and vegan cheese. And then for dinner, I had fried rice and veggie dumplings. So I'm really full, and I'm not going to be full again until breakfast. And then I think you guys are getting the point. So I just eat a lot of food. And I think a lot of people are deficient in nutrients and carbs. So I eat a high carb diet. every single cell in your body runs on glucose, which it converts from carbohydrates. And I also eat food that has a lot of fiber in it, so it's very filling. So I think that if you're snacking in the middle of the day, you don't have enough fiber in your diet and you're not eating enough carbs. That's just my thoughts, because I've never snacked, and I don't think it's like, there's not like very healthy snack food. Like maybe you could eat like celery and hummus or something. Like I'm sure you could find healthy chips and salsa. Is that healthy? I don't know. There's like vegan flaxseed chips at Trader Joe's. Your shirt low-key looks like a traditional Portuguese painting. They are painted on tiles on the wall with blue paint. Interesting. Looks like a top to wear in the Mediterranean. Okay, if I ever go to the Mediterranean, I'll bring this. Can y'all pray for my cousin? He has 3 months to live and his wife is divorcing him. Aww. They'll allow his sister to give half for liver for him. Yes. Screenshot praying. That's so sad to be divorcing someone in the middle of having like a deadly illness. Greetings from Poland. It is 3:27 a.m. Wow. I feel like that's so relatable right now, where everyone's like staying up late and like not doing anything. A couple weeks ago, I accidentally did an assignment twice, and I had barely any memory of doing the assignment. I don't know if this is a side effect of depression or what. I mean, it could be a side effect of depression. Maybe you're just like not sleeping enough. I don't know. I'm so sad that my semester is over. You're sad? Most people are happy when their semester is over. That's interesting. You could use mayonnaise? Ew! I hate mayonnaise. It's so disgusting. I've never tried it before, but just like looking at it, the smell, apparently there's like raw eggs in it or something. Oh, so bad. Okay. Thank you for the super comment. Did you get the hell scriptures? No. Are you the one who said that there are Bible verses on why you think that people die right away and there's not? I love mayonnaise. I eat vegan mayonnaise. I make vegan tuna by like smashing chickpeas or garbanzo beans and then cucumber. I'm probably gonna make that for lunch tomorrow. So I need to make a what I eat in a day soon as well. I should make it tomorrow. I might make a what I eat in a day tomorrow. Oh wait, I have to wait for avocados to ripen. I might film footage of one day and then put it with footage from a different day. Is that bad? I feel like everyone on YouTube probably has done that before. Lizzie, I heard you were doing Bible study through Zoom. I don't have an account, so I couldn't DM you. So the thing with the Bible study, so many people got back to me, and I'm going to try to create 3 groups, but I'm going to have to reject some people. But I recognize your username, so why don't you email me? My email is just LizziesAnswers@gmail.com, and I can put you in a group right now. The Thursday group is full. I capped it out at 9 people. There's no way we're having more than 10 people in a Bible study. Like, I've done it before in person, but I feel like the times I've had big Bible studies, a lot of people don't get to talk. And especially over the computer, I feel like people who are introverts are not going to talk that much. And it's going to be hard to get people to talk. So imagine having like 15 people and trying to get everyone to talk. Like, that's like the biggest part. I mean, it depends on the group, but like getting introverts to talk is one of the things I've like mastered in Bible study. I feel like in college we have training in our house groups on how to do Bible studies. And like one of the things is waiting just in silence. I'm going to make a whole video on how to lead a Bible study because I like have it down because I've been doing it my whole life. But especially in small group Bible studies, you like create questions and then you ask and then you just like pause in silence and wait up to like 10 seconds. And sometimes people will talk at like the 10 seconds. So you have to like be silent. And I think that it's so uncomfortable silence that you just want to like talk over people. But if you actually are silent, then people talk. So imagine in real life though, if life was like that, where you could just pause for 10 seconds during a conversation and think. That would be so funny. Thank you. You said LizziesAnswers@gmail. LizziesAnswers. LizziesAnswers. So the same name as my username. LizziesAnswers, not LizziesAnswers, LizziesAnswers. Your mic is bad. The sound is not clear. I don't know what to do about that. Dolores 5. That's so sweet. Oh my gosh, is this in my headphones? Wait.
And I had the mic. I think my computer, I think that I was connected to my headphones and the sound was coming through my headphones. Can you say hello, Shebra? Shebra? Shebra. Hello, Shebra! It's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here and hanging out with me. Thanks everyone for the email. Yeah, I'm glad we all got it figured out. My headphones are all the way over there. That's why it's so quiet. What's the info for your Bible study? So the Bible study is closed. I'm really sorry. If you're just now hearing about it, there's like so many people who have DM'd me who want to be in it. And I feel like I'm the type of person who's like, go, 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 and like does everything for everyone and goes like above and beyond and like isn't emotionally healthy. So basically, I'm not doing 4 Bible study groups because I'm doing a Bible study with my best friends and then I'm doing a Bible study with subscribers, and unfortunately we can't do like a giant Bible study. So yeah, that's how it is. Lizzie, I finished reading The Golden Compass. It was really good. Oh, that sounds so cool. Hi, that one Catholic girl. Who are you voting for in November? So I made a whole video talking about voting as a Catholic with the Gordon brothers. So you can go watch the video and make your own conclusion. We talked about the topic from every single angle, and we're going to make an updated video closer to November talking about it again and talking more about pro-life and the Supreme Court, because we talked about the Supreme Court a little bit, but obviously it's really complicated and there's a lot of state laws. So basically we're going to make an updated video talking about the topic and just in general, pro-life. I can't say the A word, that'll get demonetized. So just pro-life in different states. So glad you got the audio figured out. What do people even do in Bible study? So the Bible study leader like prepares and gets questions. And okay, I could make like a video on what I hate about evangelical Bible studies, because some Protestant Bible studies are like really bad. So uh-oh, I accidentally made someone a moderator without, uh-oh, hope he's good. Enjoy a pasta bowl on me. Thank you for the donation. So, some Bible studies are just like sit down, open the Bible. How do you feel about this passage? And that's it. When I do Bible study, I spend like hours researching and reading and doing like etymology and commentaries and church fathers and actually understanding the passage. And okay, I got your email, RJ. I didn't get the other one. So I do a lot of research. Pro-life is probably going to get you demonetized too. I've actually been doing really well lately, like with not getting demonetized. So we'll see. How do you feel about the passages? So yeah, I'm like, this is the meaning of the passage, and I will often be like, how did you react to this? What's your favorite part of this? What do you not understand in this? And then go from there. So it's like important to ask like how people feel about the text, because it's alive and living and affecting people. But then you can't just talk about how you feel. You also have to talk about like the objective meanings in the passage. I say meanings because there are different ways to read passages. There's like literal, allegorical, so many things going on. I've run many Bible studies. They're so fun. I know. Were you leading the Bible study or a priest or something? Me. I lead Bible studies. What do people even do in Bible study? Yeah, so I hope that answers the question. Also, something I do that I'm going to do in the future when I have kids who go to school and after we come home and do family dinner, I'm going to do what is your high and low for the day. Oh, I almost forgot, guys. I got a nose ring. Isn't it so cute? It's like a hoop nose ring. Mariah, I got your email. Oh, hi, Lizzie. This is Mariah, your YouTube subscriber. Thank you for helping on promoting a healthy diet. Yeah, of course. I want you guys all to feel better and to live long and to be healthy. So I think that that's really important. Lizzie, thank you for the donation. I wanted to thank you for praying for my son, Brian. He sadly passed away. You can imagine the pain I'm going through. That's so, so sad. I'll pray for you. Oh my gosh. That's so sad. It's great what you are going to do with your children. I said I'm going to do highs and lows. So you say high is like the best thing that happened to you that week, and low is the worst thing that happened to you that week. So I think I picked this up in college with like the Bible study that was being led in my Bible study group. There was like a senior leading it, and we always had to do highs and lows. So that like stuck with me and was the best thing ever to just share like the best thing that happened to you and the worst thing that happened to you. So I find that really helpful. I want to teach catechism, but I'm in my first year of confirmation. Yeah, you can do it after, of course. I'm allowed to lecture RCIA too, so you'll get your chance. You just have to learn and learn and learn now. So take this time to read a lot. And what are your favorite kid names? For a girl, Estella, which I was like, it's not biblical. And someone was like, nah, it means Mary, Star of the Sea, Estella. So yeah. And I was talking to my boyfriend the other day, and okay, he's like, you know the name, oh wait, I'm not gonna say this. Some people are gonna get offended by that. Hey Stella. Yeah, and then they can change their name to like Stella or Ella. Why have so many crosses? It's only 3. That's not that many. Jesus died for everyone, and it's like an eternal sacrifice for us. Lizzie, I just emailed you about the Bible study. I got the email. Many condolences to you and your family. Hi from the Seminary of Christ the King in Canada. What is your favorite pastime when you're not working? My favorite pastime is working. It's like a full-time thing, but in my free time, I really love to read. I've been doing like fun reading lately. I kind of took a break from doing like 40-hour research for one video, but I'm probably going to start that up again. So the past 2 weeks have been more chill with videos. So I've been like fun reading, pleasure reading. And I like playing my guitar. There's an app on my phone called Elevate, and it's really, really fun. And you play like brain games on it, so it like will increase my memory and like help my intelligence and stuff. So I do that, and then I FaceTime my friends, and then I do Bible study. I love to cook and grocery shop. I haven't been grocery shopping that much because of everything happening, so I've been going like once every 2 weeks instead of like once a week or like throughout the week to pick up some stuff. So that has changed for sure. I love the nose ring. Thank you. Oh, I love it so much. Have you ever lectured at a seminary? No, I have not. I'm trying to put you guys here. I'm trying to set this down. Does that work? Not really. You have just the right amount of crosses because there were 3 crosses, the one Jesus was on and the good and bad thief. Oh my gosh, you're so right. She has a cross because she's Catholic. Do you think we should call people with gender dysphoria by their preferred pronouns? I mean, I can't speak on behalf of like anyone but myself, but I call them by their preferred pronouns just because it's easier. And I like, for example, I watch a YouTuber named Blair White. Blair White was born as a boy, but she looks like a woman. Like, anyone who didn't know anything about her would be like 100% a woman. Like, you would never guess that she grew up as a boy and male and like has the XY pronouns. Like, you'd never guess that. And so I actually had a ministry experience in Thailand where one of the students who we were teaching English to was also trans, male to female, and she wore skirts. She looks like a woman. She had her hair grown out. Like, I didn't even know that she was transgender. And then finally, like, I learned, and I was referring to her by her name, her new name, and she, because it'd be like incredibly rude to not do that. So that's my thing. I just think it's really rude. I think it's easier when we're just talking about people and talking to people, especially if they like present to the world as a woman or present to the world as a man. It's like, who cares? Just go along with it. Don't offend people. You're not making like an ontological statement about identity and humanity. It's not an ontological statement. No one's thinking that. So just be a kind person, be chill. But that's just my attitude towards it, where I'm just like, be chill about it. But same with Nikki Tutorials. Oh my gosh, yeah, she literally just came out about, I was like, what? So yeah, like some of the YouTubers I watch are trans, and I just refer to them like that. So I think it's pretty rude to not do it. Obviously, I can't speak on behalf of anyone but myself. So yeah, you can make whatever decision you want to, but if you were in my friend group and you started referring to trans people by an opposite pronoun, by their born pronoun, I would probably say something and be like, can you calm down? But I don't hang out in public with you guys, so if you were my friend though, I would probably, if I was like next to you, I feel like I might say something. So Blair White is man? People don't even know that she's trans. Yeah. I want to name my daughter Maria Stella. You've helped me adopt music into my worship session with God. I've even sung Gregorian to Mary. Oh, that's so sweet. Is Elevate free? No, it's $40 for an entire year. So it's a really, really good deal. And I use it almost every day. So I really recommend it. Lizzie, what is your opinion on the mainstream media? So Trump is a sociopath. I'm not saying anything against like people who vote for Trump, people who hate Trump, how I feel about Trump. I'm not speaking on anything relating to politics at all. Just objectively, he is a sociopath. And if he went to a psychologist or psychiatrist, he would be diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder. And I've done so much research on sociopaths because my ex-roommate was a sociopath and there were really weird behaviors happening and people began to feel crazy and it was just like a weird situation. So because of this, I've noticed all the sociopath traits in Trump. He's gaslighted the entire country to not trust any media. And that's sociopathic behavior. Where gaslighting, like I've been gaslighted before, and I never would have guessed that the president would be gaslighting the American people. I even question reality all the time when it comes to politics. Is that why that roommate kicked you out? Yeah. She was a sociopath. It was bizarre. And so many people got kicked out of the apartment who I didn't even know about. Like she had so many roommate problems. And then in the current apartment, I moved in because she kicked out another girl. And I heard the story from like the biased perspective, right? And later after everything happened, I heard it from another perspective and I was like, wow, I was lied to about that. But anyway, several people were kicked out of the apartment even while I was there. And I didn't even think anything of it because like you're being manipulated and coerced about reality and what's happening. And so you don't even know what's real and you trust someone. Like sociopaths, they put on such great emotions and they're so popular and fun and joyful and comedic and exciting. And it's all fake. Like they don't have a conscience and they don't have empathy. And so Trump doesn't have a conscience or empathy. He's doing what people want him to do. I don't even think that I am a sociopath and I love Trump. Like I said, if you just got here, I was saying this has nothing to do with politics. This has nothing to do with my view of Trump. It has nothing to do with anything. It's just like looking at it objectively, he's a sociopath. So they make news to make money. So I get my news from NPR. I like listening to the news. And I also like reading actual transcripts, like watching raw footage or reading a speech transcript. I like that a lot. But interestingly enough, so allegations came out against Joe Biden, and if we talk about it or say the word, that will get demonetized. So don't say anything that a 3-year-old wouldn't be comfortable reading. So the like New York Times, CNN, MSNBC weren't reporting on it that much, like barely reporting on it. NPR had like 10 stories about the incident and we're talking about it and sharing all sides. And I read the New York Times one and it was kind of biased because it was talking about this thing that had happened. Good night. It's almost 4 a.m. here. Thank you for the time. Good night. So New York Times was talking about the allegations against Joe Biden. And then they're like, but Trump was accused of this, and this, which is worse than what Joe Biden was accused of. Like in the middle of the article, talking about the situation. And I was like, That's kind of biased. Like, why are we bringing up Trump regarding this woman and Joe Biden's situation? It has nothing to do with it. So anyways, NPR was not biased though. So people think NPR is biased, but I listen to NPR and I agree that New York Times, CNN, MSNBC can be biased at times. They're not always biased. The president has also constantly chastised them, and so he hates them, so then they hate him, and then he says things to hate them, and then they hate him back, and they're always mad at each other, and it's a really toxic relationship. So I feel like they weren't treating him that bad to begin with, but he just got really annoyed at them. And so now they hate each other and they're always getting worse and worse and worse. So basically, is media biased? Yes. Is it always biased? No. Do I listen to biased traditional media? No. So I recommend NPR and I recommend to read different types of sources. So like watch Fox News sometimes, watch CNN, MSNBC. I personally don't watch Fox News, but sometimes I watch clips on YouTube, and I think it's important to see like their perspective of what they're saying and then to compare it to other perspectives. So I would never would have thought in a video I'd be recommending Fox News, but it's important to like know what the other side is saying. And like specifically with the allegations against Joe Biden, I read several stories about it and they all contradicted each other. So I was like, what's real? So I decided at that point, after reading several stories that completely contradicted each other, I was like, you know what? I don't know what happened. So I gave up on reading about that because it got so... Do you listen to EWTN? Oh my gosh, Relevant Radio I listen to though, and they talk about politics. So it's like, it's interesting listening to Relevant Radio because they have some conservative people who come on. So that's healthy for me to read because my family growing up tends to be more liberal. So that's like the media I'm used to. But yeah, Trump has just gaslighted the whole country to not believe anyone. But that doesn't mean that it's all fake or that we need to get rid of traditional media. I think that one of the most destructive things that Trump has done is getting us to not trust truth and to not trust media. I think that's like a crime, what he's done. Because from now on, we're not going to trust basic news sources. And he lies all the time. And like I said, this has nothing to do with my views on Trump or like who should win the election or politics or anything like that. This is just like objectively who he is as a person. Which we found out Biden is a pretty horrible person too. So it's like even playing fields now. David Kelly, thank you for the donation. That's a really sweet halo. I bet some of Trump's closest aides injected someone deleted the comment before I read it. Trump is pro-life, Biden is pro-choice. Enough said. Okay, while I was talking, I'm going to read your comments. This is where I suggest Lizzie to watch Ben Shapiro, where he says his famous lines, "Facts don't care about your feelings." See, that's what I was saying with Bible study, how you can't go into a Bible study and be like, how do you feel about this Bible verse? Because facts don't care about feelings. It doesn't matter how you feel about the Bible verse. I'm going to try to like readjust this. I don't know if it's possible. Here we go. I'm resting on a hat. Will that work? I've supported Trump since 2015 and I'm not even American. America is lucky to have a leader like Trump. I mean, lucky. Also, actually, I don't want to talk about this. I always like think of things to talk about and then I'm like, should I say this? I volunteer with social workers and they are really liberal. The problem is that a lot of the big news sources have proven themselves unworthy of trust. Everybody lies, media lies, Trump lies, and I lie, we all lie. I don't lie. He is better than Obama and Clinton. Interesting. Now everyone is wearing tin hats thanks to Trump. Okay, we're going to talk about something other than Trump. I'm looking up to see if there's comments on anything else. Do you listen to EWTN? Sometimes, but not regularly. Will you pray the daily rosary for the month of May? Oh my gosh, that's such a good idea. May is the month of Mary. Maybe. Were the chupacabras on the Ark of the Covenant, if they existed then? I mean, do you mean on like Noah's Ark? I mean, if that story like even happened. Maybe it happened. I mean, I think there was. Yeah, it totally didn't happen. I don't think it happened. So many things in the Old Testament, like talking donkey, man in a whale, like these things are metaphors for a deeper reality, you know? Why do you stream from your phone instead of a computer? Because it's easier for me. I feel like on a computer, you see like loads of comments and it's overwhelming, whereas on the phone, you see different comments. I also find that if I'm traveling or in a different place, it's easier to use my phone. So I think I'm just used to using my phone because I stream when I'm traveling a lot, but maybe I should start using a computer more because I know I always have so many technical difficulties with my phone, right? Where it's always like falling over and stuff. Did you take psychology? Yes. So, number one, I've done loads of my own research into psychology and psychiatry. Thank you for the donation. I'll get to it in a second. I've done so much of my own research because I'm bipolar. I wanted to understand it, and I have a better understanding of bipolar than a lot of professionals, which sounds very egotistical, but it's true because there are so many scientific studies, so much research available free online that I've read, and I feel like my knowledge of it, I wish that therapist had. So, but that's just like because I have to live with something for the rest of my life. Obviously, I'm going to want to understand it the most because it's like my body and my brain and my mind and my soul all like intermixed with this. But what was the question? I totally forgot what the question was. Oh, but in high school, I took AP psychology. So from that class, I learned like basics. Like I think what was most helpful about that class, I learned how antidepressants work. Instead of just go watch my video I just made at the very beginning, I explained how antidepressants work. But basically, like it doesn't change your brain chemistry. You don't have enough of the chemicals firing, and so it just prevents them from being thrown away. So you have a regular amount. So I learned that in psychology. Okay. Lizzie, how long do you pray every day on average? Thank you for the donation. And how many times do you set aside time formally to pray every day on average? Just curious, thanks, and keep up the great evangelization. So, like I said, something I really recommend and do is setting a timer on your phone and for 5 to 10 minutes every morning and every day, praying and just talking to God and talking about the day. Also, before you eat is very important, even if it's just the bless us, O Lord, in these thy gifts. Prayer is really important. And then I would say that I also pray throughout the day in whatever I'm doing. So like I was reading a book today and I was trying to plan for my Bible study. And it was like hard for me to focus on it because it was on the crucifixion and I hate reading about the crucifixion. And so I like prayed that I could like focus better. And yeah, so I pray throughout the day. I pray before this live stream. I pray before different things that I do. But I feel like my prayer life could probably be better. I could probably spend more time just like talking to God. And I think that it's been really, really hard not having mass. And I feel like that's affected my spiritual life. Like I'm not as strong just objectively because we don't have mass to go to. And I think that obviously like the online live stream thing, it's just not the same for me. And so I feel like that's been really affecting my spiritual life. So real talk, what's actually been going on. So you should try King James. Hi, do you speak Spanish? No, I'm horrible at Spanish. I know a little bit. Why do you hate the crucifixion? I mean, it's really, really hard to deal with. Like, it's torture. It's such pain. And I think that if anyone has watched the Passion of the Christ movie, like, it's hard to get through. And so even just, like, reading about it, you have visualizations in your brain. And so yeah, I mean, Jesus was like brutally tortured. They like had a whip and they put like bones and metal on it so it would like scrape off all of his skin. He fell walking to be crucified, not because it was heavy, but because he was passing out from blood falling out of him because he was whipped so hard. And then he has nails like punctured through his skin. And then the way you die on the cross is you finally die of exhaustion and die from suffocation. And yeah, it's horrible. I'm bipolar too. Crazy, right? Thank you. I feel like I could pray longer and more often, just curious about experience of others. Yeah, of course. Oh, so sweet. What do you pray before the live stream? Just like before I'm going into anything, just so that it will go well. What I don't understand is why people try to rationalize things in the Bible, like Jonah and the fish and the ark of God can split the Red Sea and Jesus can resurrect, but can't create a global flood. There was a global flood at the time. It wasn't a global flood, but it was like a smaller regional flood. And all the ancient documents talked about it. Like there's different documents from different cultures and religions that have a similar story of a flood. So I think that a flood actually happened. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. You support me so well. It's such a cute pair. So the part about the flood isn't the part that I disagree with. It's the part about all the animals coming on together. So, but that's a good point. Why could, if Jesus could resurrect himself from the dead as God, why couldn't God also create a global flood and have all the animals in the world there? It's just because it's a myth in other regions, I just assume that it's just like, yeah. Introduction to philosophy. I cry with the description of how Jesus died, and I cry with Bible also. Yeah, exactly. Jesus shows the strength of God's love through his crucifixion. Do you take medicine? Yes. I take 3 pills every day. I take Lamictal, Seroquel, and Vraylar. I'm currently increasing my Seroquel and Vraylar because I feel like they haven't been working as well as they usually do, just because my sleep has kind of been messed up, so. Okay. Lizzie, my doctor just told me that I'm bipolar. Tripolar, pray for me? Are you like my friend messing with me? Who is this? Passion of the Christ crucifixion scene is one of the most well-done things in cinema. Wow, wow. A regional flood is not global though. Okay, listen. So at the time, the people living in the ancient Near East didn't know about the Americas or Antarctica or Australia or like South Africa. You know what I mean? So at the time, that was like their idea of a global flood. That was all they knew. That was all that they thought existed. So what is the best resource to learn about psychology? I've never gotten the chance to take a psychology course in high school or college. So I go on Google Scholar and then I Google whatever I want to know and then studies come up about psychology. So is college difficult? College was so easy. I feel like I should have gone to a more challenging college because I feel like it didn't like I had an amazing college experience. I loved all my classes. I loved my professors. There were only like 2 classes that I hated in college. All of the rest, sociology and humanities 3. All the rest of my classes were amazing and I learned so much and I love the students, love the professors, yada yada yada. So like preface. But it was really easy. The only class that was challenging was Greek. And one of my professors who taught it was like introduction to the world of the New Testament. We learned about like the Greco-Roman Empire and like Jews at the time and all these things. So that was hard because I would do my writing assignments and I wouldn't get like 10 out of 10 on them. He would be like 8 out of 10 and I'm like, what? Why am I not getting an A on this assignment? So yeah. And during college, I was very like not focused on college. I was more focused on my YouTube channel and ministry I was doing and activities I was leading. So I definitely did not give 100% into college at all. And I feel like part of the reason I didn't is because I wasn't challenged. It was like too easy. And I was not expecting that from my college I went to because it's ranked well. So I don't know. I think, yeah, I don't know how it's ranked so well when it's too easy. But I wish it was actually harder, and that would have pushed me to try more. So is it true bipolar makes you lose or gain weight? So it depends on the person. For me, in depression, I lose weight, and in mania, I lose weight. So it's just because when I'm in depression, I lose my appetite, and when I'm manic, I have so much energy, I don't need to eat. I just like keep running on no sleep and no food. So some people when they're in depression, they eat more or eat unhealthy because they're in depression. But I think it's more common to lose weight, but I don't know. I feel like in depression, maybe gain weight, but also Western culture has more unhealthy food, so I don't really know. And then medicines are supposed to cause you to gain weight, but this never happened to me, but I eat like really, really healthy, like the healthiest anyone could eat. So I think that's why. I eat whole grains, bread and pasta and rice and fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and nut butters. When was the last time you had a haircut? A year ago. And it wasn't even a haircut. My roommate at the time, not the sociopath one, a really nice one, we she was tipsy at the time, and I was like, can you cut like just like the tip part? And she's like, sure. And I was manic at the time, and I was just like, and she just thinks she's bipolar as well. So I was just thinking like, this is totally ridiculous, but it turned out fine. So yeah, I get my hair cut once a year. Dan, thank you so much for the donation. #1 fan. You're my #1 fan. Oh. Tips for filling out a medical power of attorney. So is that to give someone else the power to make all your medical decisions? Sunday, we are celebrating Eucharistic communion in the church parking lot per Frank, our bishop. Oh, that sounds so sweet. I have regular anxiety, and when it's mild, it makes me stress eat. When it's bad, it makes me stop eating. That's interesting. I really need a haircut, my bangs. Do your own. A lot of people in while staying inside. I almost said the Q word. I would have gotten demonetized. A lot of people while staying inside use just cut their own hair. So bangs are so easy. Like I would do it. I wish I could be there to cut your hair for you. I wish I can be there when you have episodes. Oh my gosh, guys. So one of my best friends has an illness and had to take a medicine for it. And one of the side effects of the medicine could make you go manic. And my best friend went manic. I'm not kidding. We were talking about our experiences, and it was literally the same as when I'm manic, my best friend's experience. So it was crazy. I want to fill out a medical power of attorney as a Catholic. Lizzie, what if you were Jewish? I don't know. I had to do my DNA test. I DM'd Ancestry on Instagram the other day asking to do a sponsored video. So yeah, I'm actually getting some sponsored videos with clothing companies. So yeah, look out for some outfit of the days. They're not paying me, but I'm getting commission. And I actually think it's really funny because last video that I was like sponsored by an affiliate, I was like, please, I'm getting commission, please buy. And literally another YouTuber I watched was like going after another YouTuber because she was pretending like she wasn't making money even though she was making commission, and she was like not saying that she was making commission. And so this other YouTuber is like, that's so sketchy and unethical. And I thought it was so funny that like that YouTuber was like ignoring the fact and trying to lie that she's making commission. But I'm like, I am making commission. get the product so I make commission. It's like the exact opposite mentality. I thought that was so funny. So yeah, obviously I'm going to tell you guys if I'm an affiliate so that I can make money from it, because you're supporting my channel. Because people are like on my Patreon or like donating money right now. So if you want to donate to my channel, just get where I'm an affiliate from, especially my Amazon. So I was just paid $100 by Amazon for commission from people buying theology books. So that's so great. People are getting to learn about theology and they're donating to my channel. So it's really, really good. Lizzie, do you speak Spanish? Yo hablo un poco mi horrible. No. As Catholics, we should be more comfortable talking about death. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Catholics are more comfortable talking about death. I don't know your experience with Catholics. Lizzie, I guess, watches EWTN. Lizzie, you should host a show on EWTN. I like YouTube more than EWTN. What? You guys! I was just talking about how Amazon paid me money, and now Solus Griffiths. Oh my gosh, there's only one number one fan here. Thank you so much for the donation. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I'm going to keep promoting your Instagram. I don't know if you want to on here, if you want to link your Instagram, but the person who donated to me is extremely talented at art and has created a theology art store that sells different products with the art on it. So, and literally Trevor was looking at the store and he's like, I'm gonna get something on the site. This is so cool. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be a customer. I'm studying theology to minister. Yay, Solus Griffiths. Everyone go follow him on Instagram. It's such amazing art. It's so cool because like my one of my best friends has also been creating art on Instagram during when we're all staying at home. So I thought it was so cool that you are so talented at art too. Lizzie, do you have enough fan base big enough now to have simps? What is simps? Did you read The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne in high school? That sounds so familiar. I don't know if I didn't read it. Some of my friends must have read it. I'm doing a Prodigal Son piece right now. Oh, I'm excited to see it. Lizzie is going to buy a sword to cut off the ear of a trespasser. Haha, what is simps? You should do a video trying to do a holy hour every day for a week, month. What does that mean? Let me screenshot this so I can go look it up later. Since it is May, maybe I should do a video. I'm like honestly sick of vlogging though. Like I'm fine with doing my YouTube channel and like filming live streams and stuff. But having to do a video every single day, I just don't like it because I really like having a private life with what I'm doing. I mean, I love filming the rosary video, but it was like that was good for a period of time and now I'm like not into it. So twinkly lights, I know, I love it. I feel like if that wasn't a regular Lizzie's Answers video, it would get really annoying, but maybe Noah's Ark is like Mary Poppins' purse or Harry Potter's tent. What? Do you like Catholic charismatic renewal? I don't like charismatic things, but that's just my personality. I'm very like logical and absolute truth and black and white, and like I don't like art that much. So I love church art. I love Solus Griffiths' Instagram art, but yeah, like church art is great, but when it comes to like aesthetics and stuff, I'm just not really into it. So I love Catholicism because it's like these are objective truths to follow, and let's go to mass. We all repeat things together. It's very systematic. Charismatic stuff is more like flowery and like impromptu and impulsive. I don't know. Does that make sense? It's like not my personality at all. I'm sure if you like did a survey of everyone who did Myers-Briggs and stuff, you would find of everyone who does charismatic and everyone who hates charismatic, you'd find that like it was a split among like Myers-Briggs or like I don't like Enneagram. I tried an Enneagram and I got like every number as my number. It was so stupid. Simp? A simple person lacking common sense, a fool or simpleton, a man who foolishly overvalues a woman and puts her on a pedestal. So when you're asking if I can afford a simp, does that mean like you want a boyfriend who's like a simp? I don't make money off my art. But if people buy the art, don't they make money off of it? All profit from my art goes directly to charity. Oh, that's so sweet. Holy Family Soup Kitchen in Columbus, Ohio. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. $200 is a lot of pasta balls. Can someone please comment what a simp is? Because someone, I don't know what they meant by that, but I don't think that's what they meant in the context that we were talking about it in. What do you think of the no, I don't know. What is a Hail Mary? So I feel like you're not Catholic, or if you are, you've been gone for a minute. But a Hail Mary is Luke 128 and Luke 142. If you're brand new at this, the Gospel of Luke is the third book in the New Testament. And Luke 128, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you, is when the angel Gabriel came to Mary to announce and ask her to be the mother of Jesus. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. And then the second part is what her cousin Elizabeth said to her, Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. So her cousin Elizabeth, Mary goes to greet Elizabeth after she says yes to being the mother of God. And then Elizabeth says that to her. So that's what the Hail Mary prayer is. The Hail Mary prayer, where it comes from. And then it has another part of the prayer. Pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen. So we basically ask everyone in heaven to pray for us, not just Mary, also Joseph, also Elizabeth, Zacharias, John the Baptist, everyone, angels in heaven to pray for us. So yeah, it's just Luke 128, Luke 142, pray for us. So that's the Hail Mary prayer. I made a whole video on the history of the rosary, so look it up, Lizzie's Answers Rosary, and my video from 2 summers ago will come up. And I also just made a video on how to pray the rosary if you're new. And he's asking you if your channel is big enough that you have simps who put you on a pedestal. The second definition. Huh. I feel so good when you recite Hail Mary, full of grace. Lizzie, can you come to Noah's Ark in Kentucky? What are you talking about? Would you go to college again? If so, would you do it differently? So I already went to college. So there's like certain things, like I wish I'd put less into my YouTube channel and more into college. And I wish I helped less people in college. So that sounds really bad, but like at the time I was investing my heart and my soul into my YouTube subscribers and into friends. And if someone was hurting from something or needed help, I would like go above and beyond to help the person rather than do my homework. So I prioritize people over studying. And you can't do that. You have to care about and love yourself first. If you're not taking care of yourself, you can't love other people as well. And I was like, absolutely not. I'm able to use all my emotional resources and go dry emotionally to help everyone. But you can't have that mentality. It was so toxic because I refused to take care of myself and I would be sleep deprived, taking care of everyone else. So I would have just had to say no to people and no to activities and not read less messages from subscribers. So that's what I would do differently. But at the time, I had this like emergency mentality because people would message me who are literally wanting to end their life. And so it's like, I just hit the cord. What am I supposed to do with that? Like, this was before I knew I was bipolar, before I was medicated. So I just like, I was so empathetic. I couldn't say no if someone was hurting. And I wish I'd been medicated for college. I think Lizzie has a real sweet heart. Thank you. How do you build self-control regarding what? What were you planning to do with your college degree when you were younger? I wanted to be a lawyer. I read To Kill a Mockingbird in middle school and I loved the book so much. And I was like, I want to be an attorney when I grow up. So law school was definitely the plan. And then I wanted to do, and then that kind of, when I went to Thailand, I think I wanted to get like a theology degree because I wanted to move to Thailand after college. But I'm very like, my plan starting my sophomore year, I knew I wanted to move to Thailand after college and live there for several years. And after that, I would decide what I wanted to do with my life. But instead, I didn't go to Thailand, and instead I became Catholic. So now I'm kind of like, would I go back to school? I don't know. I started going to church a month before the thing. I can't wait for it to reopen. We can't say the word. I'm glad you misspelled the word by chance. That's great. What city? Bangkok. And oh my gosh, recently, guys, someone tried to hack me twice. And oh my gosh, I was so annoyed. I talked about this on my social media. I should probably make a whole stream about this. But someone from Thailand tried to hack into my email and into my website. And I had to spend like an hour figuring everything out. But basically, the way my Gmail works is you have to do touch factor authorization. So anytime someone logs into my Gmail on a new computer, I have to, from my personal cell phone, say okay. So obviously, when they tried to log into my email, I didn't even get a question to say okay to my phone. It automatically just sent me an email being like, someone's trying to hack you, into my other Gmail, which is like the backup Gmail. So yeah, but they knew my password, and my password was stupid. Like, I can't believe I didn't change my passwords. I updated my passwords to like my YouTube channel email as well, and like no one would guess it. It's so freaking long. Like, there's no way anyone will get. I didn't even tell my boyfriend, and I was like on the phone with him, emotional support about the situation, and like no one will ever know. But I have like the perfect way to memorize it. So anyways, if you're listening, hacker from Thailand, or apparently you can do your computer so that you make it look like it's coming from a different country. So whoever is trying to delete my YouTube channel, don't try again. It's not gonna work. You're just gonna get really frustrated. If you need help with something, please reach out to me. Please email me. You can be my Bible study. I forgive you for what happened. If you want something, please let me know. I hate the hacker from Thailand. It was so crazy. I was sitting on the couch and I get an email. Someone knows your Gmail password. Change immediately. And I was like, can you translate it, Lizzie? I know you speak Thai. I can't read Thai. Did someone comment Thai? What Bible do you read? I use the NAB, the New American Bible, and the NRSV. I got locked out of iTunes once, if I should even share this. Wow, you are the example of forgiveness. Pattaya? What do you think about ecumenism? So, I think we should be ecumenical. I was literally just talking to someone about this, how I was talking to one of my Protestant friends, and they said something like, they were talking about the split of the Oriental Orthodox churches and the Catholic Church at the Council of Ephesus. And my friend was like, when they split from the Catholic Church before it was the Catholic Church, saying that in the 6th century, the Catholic Church didn't exist, and we existed in the 1st century. We're Jesus' church, obviously. Like, in John 21, it talks about the powers of confession given to priests. Like, John chapter 20, it talks about whoever sins you forgive are forgiven. Whoever sins you do not forgive are not forgiven. So he literally like breathes on them and makes them priests in the Bible. So anyways, my friend says this, and I'm like, I continue the conversation. I didn't like jump in and be like, that's offensive. Or like my friend was talking about communion and she doesn't believe in real presence. And so I'm not gonna like attack my friends or go after my friends. You know what I mean? So the ecumenical thing to do is to just listen and love and pray for people's conversions. Prayers, asking people in heaven to pray for people, is so much more powerful than being like, you're wrong on this. Here's why your theology is wrong. In 1 Corinthians 13, it's read at so many weddings. It talks about how love is patient and kind and humble. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not self-seeking. And It says that you could have all the knowledge on the world, and that is nothing if you don't have love. And it's defining love as being patient and kind and gentle and humble. And so that's how we have to be all the time. And there's a verse in 1 Peter, if anyone asks you for the hope that you have an answer for anyone who asks you about the hope that you have, but do so with gentleness and respect. And so a lot of times respect means not saying anything. When Jesus was on the cross and he was being mocked and hit on the face and beaten, Pilate is asking him these questions and Jesus is silent and he doesn't say anything. And so that's how we're supposed to be. Alexander, that's such a long comment. I'll read it in a second. That's how we're supposed to be in situations. Just shut up, be quiet. Don't be like fighting for your position and like, you're wrong on this. I can't believe you said that. Like, yeah. I used to go to church. You should go to church again after this is all over. Yes, literally all of my Protestant friends are like that. It's hard not to clap back. I'm not much of a debater, but it feels like a little defeat when it's truly not. Yeah, I mean, like if they care about seeking truth, they'll ask you about it. And like I shared with my friends why I became Catholic, like pretty much. And like one of my friends, I literally went through the Bible and showed her all the Catholic verses and like told her the Greek etymology and stuff. And she still isn't Catholic. So it's like I showed her the priest passages, John 6, the passage about Mary, behold thy mother. And so ultimately, like, it has to be like the right time in someone's life to convert, and they have to have enough like emotional sources pushing them towards that as well. And so a lot of times it's just like not the time for them to convert. And if God needs to use you through like your voice and saying something, maybe that'll happen. But in the meantime, just pray that like parts of their lives will line up to where they're open to it being true. Lizzie is right, as we are told to avoid vain contention directly. My favorite prayer in these times, oh my Jesus, forgive us our sins, save us from the fires of hell, and lead all souls into heaven, especially those most in need of thy mercy. I love that a lot. Shut up and dance. Oriental Orthodox are in schism from the rest of the Orthodox churches because most Orthodox say Jesus is two natures, while the Oriental Orthodox say Jesus is of two natures. What is the difference? Have you listened to the Catholic talk show? What show? Lizzie said she uses NAB and NRSV. Those are pretty easy to read online. Yes. What is it like to have a sacred courtship? So I actually got a DM from someone who was like attracted to someone who's bipolar, who lives in a country, or I don't know, maybe in the US, maybe that's racist, but lives in a culture where, who knows where, they don't do dating, they only do engagement. And she was like, what do I do to get this relationship started when they do courtship? And I was like, I don't even know. And then I didn't respond because I was like, okay, I'll go to the next message. I don't know what to say. And she's like, what do I do again? And I was like, I don't know. Like, can you like court him? Like, I don't know how that works. Music recommendations? Yes. So if you want sad music and hopeful, uplifting music, I just made a video talking about depression. So go watch my video talking about depression. And in the video, I have a Spotify playlist. So let me know if you want me to make more Spotify playlists. But I love music. I listen to it all the time. We should read the CNN translation of the Bible. Lizzie, what is your favorite book in the Old Testament? Mine is Ecclesiastes. Same! My favorite book is Ecclesiastes. Okay, let's look for more comments. Have you ever made a custom rosary? No, I have not. I've had all my rosaries sent to me by either sponsored companies or friends, or like my confirmation sponsor, like that. Do you have any other professions besides making videos? Like what I would be capable to do at a job? That's a good question. Souls we real should follow. Oh, your example of giving money. Okay. Lizzie, do you like looking at marine life such as fish and sharks? Marine life. RJ. So I actually don't have a Netflix account. I canceled my Netflix account for Lent last year and I just never made it again. But I feel like I'm going to make it soon just because I want to watch the Taylor Swift documentary. And I was gonna visit my best friend and we were gonna watch it together. But then all of this happened, so I couldn't visit her, so we never watched the documentary. But anyways, I love there's this show like Nature something, and it like shows different creatures in marine life. Planet Earth. I love Planet Earth and the way it portrays marine life and talks about it. But actually, I loved aquariums. But as a vegan, you can't go to aquariums or the zoo. So I'm gonna feel pretty bad because here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna have like a 7-year-old in 2nd grade and they're gonna do a class field trip to the zoo, and I'm gonna have to say my kid can't go to the zoo because we're a vegan family, and then she's gonna be bullied for it. I'm so sad, but I have to stick to my convictions, you know? Like this company was trying to sponsor me and send me a leather Bible, and I was like so excited, and then they're like, it's leather, and I was like, oh, like this is so amazing, I have to turn this down, I hate it. But then they turned out to have a non-leather version. So I'm a vegetarian that goes to zoos. Google account, do you want to be in my Bible study? I don't think you have an Instagram, but I announced it on Instagram. I totally understand if you want to remain anonymous, but I'm forming 3 different groups, so I would totally love you to be in one of my Bible study groups. We should create a whole group of people who's only bipolar. I'm gonna start asking people. That would be so cool if it was like just people who are bipolar and schizophrenic and schizoaffective. What about zoos that do sanctuary work? Yeah, so obviously like there's animal resorts you can go to that are like rescue farms and stuff. So the leather Bibles last longer. I mean, if you guys want me to see my Bible, like this is like I was using this as B-roll in my video I just uploaded, and when I was editing, I was like, wow, that Bible has like so much wear and tear. But that's just because I travel with it and everything and take it. So I'll check out your Bible study. Cool. So it's going to be over Zoom. Do you have the Zoom app? You have to download on your phone or computer. And we're going to go through like James, Ephesians, Galatians. We're just going to go through different books. I haven't planned it yet, but we're doing one on Thursday, and then I'm doing Monday with my friends, and then I'm figuring out other days. So DM me on Instagram or Twitter with your schedule. I would love for you to be in the Bible study. You don't have to come every week, by the way. I'm going to be a teacher, so I'll probably have to be the one taking care of the kids on the field trip to the zoo. You can just go to an animal sanctuary instead. You should make the move to make it vegan. May God and Mama Mary bless you. Have you read my comment? In my country, we're officially married now. Hayata. No, I didn't read the comment. Message retracted? I'm trying to find their comment. Lizzie, what is your favorite Catholic joke? I feel like I'm not a funny person, so I'm probably not the best person to ask to make a joke. Why aren't you Protestant or Republican? So I'm not either political party. I've said like very publicly that I don't identify as a Democrat anymore. So I also don't identify as a Republican. I identify as Catholic. But I've made 100 theology videos talking about why I'm not Protestant anymore. So look up YouTube playlist, Lizzie's Answers, Catholicism playlist, and my videos will come up. I have almost 100 videos talking about why I'm no longer Protestant. So the first one is called Why I'm Becoming Catholic. That's a good place to start. I do feel like you are a funny person. What drove you to become vegan by a chance? Every single live stream ends up being about vegan apologetics. And I didn't even make it that way. People just like ask me these questions. So I watched Food Inc., which is a documentary, and it talks about how animals are tortured in factory farms. And this was in high school. I read a book called Animal Liberation by Peter Singer, and I disagree with his arguments, but I agree with his conclusion. Then I watched... Yeah, it was honestly Food Inc. There's another movie called Earthlings that's apparently really, I mean, it's horrific, but it's apparently really good. So I recommend watching Earthlings, Food Inc., Cowspiracy, and Forks Over Knives. So Earthlings, Cowspiracy, Forks Over Knives, Food Inc. So yeah, just like reading about the animal torture is the main thing. And the second one is it's horrible for the environment, like how we grow meat. And then the third one is health. It's like the healthiest way to eat, because a lot of people in my family have had colon cancer and breast cancer and died, and it's been really sad, like growing up and seeing people die. So colon cancer and breast cancer are caused by eating too much meat and dairy and eggs. It like turns on the cancer. So you can turn on or turn off cancer depending on how you eat. So I chose to eat in the way that turns off cancer, because I know what it felt like growing up and seeing my relatives die and how horrifying that was. So the health is like a big component. Like I don't want to get cancer. So yeah. Make sure to like the video, thumbs up the video, support my channel, and remember that on any video you watch, commenting on the video automatically helps my channel, helps my place in the algorithm, helps me make money. So, and I mean that, like I have to make money to survive. It's not like, I want to make money. It's like, I have to eat, you know? I have to get my bananas and my burrito bowls. So make sure to comment on all my videos and like all my videos. It's the easiest way to support my channel. Lizzie, let me know what your favorite pieces of art is in my shop, and I'll send you a shirt of it. Oh, okay. When I minister, I'm doing it a Protestant denomination church. We've got to have money. Let me screenshot this so I remember. Literally, like, so many of the photos on my phone are screenshots from live streams of things I need to look at. Is that a relatively new rule that priests can't hold political office? Interesting. Oh no, Peter Singer is a utilitarian. Exactly. Hey Lizzie, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. Oh really? Maybe I should make a bipolar video every month then. Here, let me screenshot this. That's such a good idea. So it's Mary Month and it's Mental Health Awareness Month. What else is it? We have class together. How would you feel if a fan of yours got a tattoo with your face on it? Oh, no, I would be so mad. I would be like, why did you ruin your body with my face? I don't know how celebrities do it, where people get tattoos of them and they're like okay with it. I don't understand. Also one for Trevor too. Oh, you can apply for food stamps for your groceries. Here, let me screenshot this. What happened? Okay, here we are. I accidentally pressed the button which like turns them around. Why did it just get lighter? Is this charging? Okay. I find it ironic that May is Mental Health Month, since it's usually the worst month for my mental health. I mean, that's why it's awareness, because it's for people who are currently dealing with mental illness. I miss playing tennis and basketball. Aw, I can't get food stamps. The program is going broke anyways. Do you know that soybeans and lentils are sprayed with lots of herbicides like glyphosates and Roundup Ready meat that are known cancer causers? That's why I eat organic. It's actually, I used to be against organic because I was in college and like broke all the time because I was in college, right? So one of my roommates was like bougier than me and from Southern California, and she was like, we have to get organic everything. And I was like, and now I know you only get organic if the food is directly exposed to like the pesticide. So if it's a banana or an avocado, you don't have to get organic. But if it's like carrot, pepper, blueberry, apple, then you have to get organic. But if it's like oranges, you don't eat the peel, so you don't have to get organic. Tomatoes, you have to get organic. But I really like Trader Joe's because it's like really cheap food and pretty much everything's organic. So I like to eat at Trader Joe's because it's easy to be healthy. So yeah, I recommend eating organic. How long are you going to be vegan? For my entire life. And I've been like negotiating this with my boyfriend. Like, once we're married, I want a vegan household. And he's like, and I really want a vegan household. And I know, like, the good thing is, like, I have complete control of the children when I'm pregnant. So, like, they will be fully vegan. And then I guess I can, like, take control of the kitchen. But I don't know. I don't want to take control of the kitchen. He likes to cook too, you know? That's why we also eat organic meat and dairy as well, because it goes into the animals, yeah. That doesn't matter because of drift. I live next to an organic farm and it happens all the time. What do you mean, the pesticides drift from another one? I mean, at least we're trying. Eventually, everything's gonna be organic. My sister is vegetarian, but her husband is not. I don't know how that works. My aunt who cut off the rest of the family, just casually mentioning a detail about my life, my aunt who cut off our whole family, who I met when I was a baby. I've never like met her. Anyways, she's bipolar. That's where I got my bipolar from. We have the same genes, and my great grandma. But what was I gonna say? What were we talking about? Oh, she was vegetarian and she used to make steak for her husband. And I'm like, if you're vegetarian for like ethical reasons, how is that okay? Like, make your own meat. That's so sexist. Oh my gosh. Hi, Lizzie. Is football the best sport? I like baseball more than football when it comes to like watching sports. I would like to be vegan, but I like meat. What do I do? Eat fake meat. There are so many different brands of fake meat, and a lot of them taste better than actual meat. Like, when I visit my boyfriend, we eat vegan, and I cook him food, and a lot of times he's like, that tastes like meat. Like, if we did a blind taste test, I feel like people wouldn't be able to tell for a lot of things. So there's so many different types of fake meats. Beyond Burgers are really good, and they look like meat when you cook them and everything too. So also there's a company called Gardein and Morningstar that both have vegan fake meat burgers. So definitely check them out. You won't miss meat. I thought I would miss meat, but there's so many meat replacements that you don't really miss meat. Nothing can beat a 90th minute winner limbs flying. Interesting. I work at Trader Joe's, and my passionate vegan coworker is almost in tears when she has to work the meat section. Oh my gosh, I would like not work there. That's so sad. For some reason, fake meat tastes so much better than real meat. You don't have to make your family vegan. Maybe give them a choice. I don't think that's like saying you don't have to make your kids Catholic, give them the choice. Like, I don't agree. If anyone likes sports, watch judo. Don't know what that is. Bipolar represent Tegretol gang. Is that the same as Seroquel? Tegretol? Wait, let me go see for a second. Tegretol? Is this the medicine I take? Quetiapine, Seroquel, Tregetrol? Yeah, I don't know what medicine that is. Unless this is called, no. Anyways, I'm back. Morningstar is awful. I feel like you haven't had, I eat the ground beef crumbles and I cook taco sauce with them. I love how there are 3 crucifixes. Haha, Tegretol. Tegretol? Am I missing something? What is it? Could be generic. Yeah, that was what I was checking. You should watch Athenian X for Fitness. Maybe after a while, your BF will get tired. After you're married, will get tired of the inconvenience of making multiple different meals. Can you imagine having to make 2 different dinners just to accommodate to eat meat? Yeah, that's true. You're so pretty. Thank you. Are you going to be vegan forever? Of course. No, it's a carbamazepine, bipolar medication, mood stabilizer, alternative to lithium. Oh, okay. I'm bipolar. I'm bipolar too. I'm actually bipolar 1, but I was saying as well. I'm thinking about being vegan more than any time or any live stream. Oh, you should go vegan. It's so fun. Make him fix his own dinner. Hi, super late, but still here. Hi, Emma. We've been going for 86 minutes. I can't believe we're still here. If one never stops being active, they'll live longer and stay fit. Interesting. Me too, Michelle. Do you believe Selena Gomez is bipolar? Yeah, she said she went to the top doctors in the country, so I assume like she's really rich. She can afford the best doctors and the best diagnosis, so of course. Putin is going to rule Russia until he dies. I got discharged from the military for my diagnosis. I like Beyond Meat. Yeah, Beyond Meat is really good. They have Beyond Meat crumbles, and then, yeah, it's so good. Comedian John, oh my gosh, you also have to try tofurkey. Tofurkey makes turkey, and then also, like, sausages. They're so good. I love when you read my comments. That's why I couldn't join the military. I couldn't join the military either. Well, good, because if we had a draft, number one, women should be part of the draft. Obviously, it's so sexist that women aren't part of the draft. They think we can't be in the military? Like, what? That's super offensive. Like, there are so many different types of units. So number one, it's offensive. And number two, it's totally unfair. Like, if we're in an equal society, then women should be able to be part of the military. I mean, lots of countries do it. So, super weird. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I would be able to kill someone. So it's good that I wouldn't be forced. I feel like I would kill everyone else because I'd feel like I can't kill someone. I don't know. Hi, Raul. How are you doing? Something got in my throat. Have you tried the vegan Whopper at Burger King? I don't like it. Like, it tastes good, but it doesn't have enough calories in it, so I don't think it's that good. What if your boyfriend wants a Protestant household? Then we're never getting married. Lizzie, the main problem with having women being on the draft is that the military standards would be lowered because they're not as strong as men. No, they have different standards for men and women. I don't want to be drafted. Guys don't either. Yeah, they gave me 100% disability, so I got paid to get out. I got hospitalized. I reached full mania. Wow. I love the Impossible Burger at Burger King. I've only had it one time, so maybe it's better than I thought. I'd rather be barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. Okay, is it just me, or do you guys wear socks around the house? I always wear socks in the house. So when they say, like, barefoot and pregnant, I'm like, why are they barefoot? Like, are they living in, like, a really warm climate? But I live in a warm climate, and I still wear socks around the house. And to sleep. Is that weird? Do you guys, too? Did you study for your AP test in high school? Yes! Oh my gosh, I of course studied for my AP test so much. I had the AP flashcards that I would go through. I spent so much time in the library working on them, so yeah. I got all 5s my senior year, and then my junior year I got like a 4 and a 5. So yeah, I ended on a strong note. I was happy. Lizzie, I understand your strong stance on veganism, but please understand that eating meat and dairy in moderation doesn't affect them long term. I wear socks because of your foot thing that I can't pronounce. Pesiris. I do. Socks are the best. Fuzzy. Always wear socks in house. Don't you think the roles of men and women are pretty biblical? I mean, there's flexibility, but men are sort of hardwired to be protectors. I'm hardwired to be a protector too. I feel so protective over everyone in my life. So it totally depends on the person. But I think like with military, like maybe on an emotional level, the guy can be a protector like in a marriage, but as like a society as a whole, I don't think we should have that anymore. It just doesn't make sense because, like, women can be president, women can be mayor, women can run for any type of public office, women can be CEOs, so why can't women be in the military? Like, if we were living in a society where women literally stayed home with the kids and that was, like, their job and their career was being a mom, which still happens a lot and is beautiful, but if that was, like, the only thing women were doing, I would get it. But today, like, women are in the working world as much as men are, so it's, like, so sexist. I don't understand. I always wear socks indoors. Is there an operation for it? I always thought AP tests were useless for me personally, that is. They helped you get into college, though. Like, I got out of so many classes in my college that I didn't have to take because I passed the AP exam. So it was so nice. Hello. Hi, Joshua. My friend cannot eat greens. I usually am barefoot unless my feet are cold, then I wear fuzzy socks. I always have fuzzy socks. But you also, oh, you're home now. But I feel like if you were living in a dorm, I would always wear socks. You don't know what people are coming into the room wearing. And I'm not wearing. What are they doing? To be fair, during a draft, women take over the manly jobs at home while men are busy overseas. For example, factory jobs making bullets and whatnot are factory heavy lifting supporting the war effort. Yeah, that's totally what's happened in the past. I was in community college because I didn't do well at the ACT. It's better to do dual enrollment than AP. Yes, socks. Do you sleep in socks? I do, and everyone thinks it's weird. Yeah, I do. Logged in late, but I forgot I'm bipolar too. Glad you're doing well with mental health too. In our states, they let some high schoolers take college classes, which kind of makes AP classes obsolete if you stay in state. Any thought on carnivore diet and all its benefits? Okay, here's the thing though. AP was harder than college. It was harder than dual enrollment. I did dual enrollment. It was harder than college. So I liked AP because it really, really challenged me, and I learned so much more in AP than I learned in my college classes that, like, would be the equivalent. Like, for example, so I didn't have to take... No, I did have to retake a couple classes. I had to take US history again, and they just changed it actually. So I complained because I got a 5 on the AP US history exam, and I got a 5 on the AP European exam, and we literally used the same exact textbook as my AP European class, as my Humanities 2 class at Pepperdine. And I was like, are we serious? I've literally done the class already. Luckily, I didn't do any of the studying, and I got an A in the class because it was literally the same material that I'd taken like a year before. So it was stupid though that I had to sit in class and deal with that. So the same with US history, I got a 5. So I complained and I was like, why are we not counting the AP exam? We're counting it for like English and science and psychology. Why aren't we counting it for history? And they changed it the next year. I think it's because I complained. I mean, I hope that's what did it. I hope something did it. So yeah, I'm really grateful that people at Pepperdine after me won't have the same issues that I had. Do you think I could manage my bipolar without medication? Why? It's kind of like asking, why would you want to walk around? You know how you can do like ankle weights? You can like put weights on your ankle and like wrist weights. Why? Let's say you put 20 pounds on each foot and on each hand, and you're just like walking around with weights. Like, why? Why do you want to make life harder and everything more difficult? It's so easy. Just take off the weights. Take your meds. It fixes your sleep. That's like my number one symptom. Like, I literally don't sleep when I'm manic, and taking Seroquel, it puts me on a daytime schedule where I fall asleep at night because I'm tired. Vraylar also helps me fall asleep at night, and then I wake up in the morning. So it's like, why would you want to walk around life in weights? And also, it prevents you from going into the episode. So like right now you might be okay, but in a year you might go super manic, and that would be completely prevented if you were on meds. Even in the progressive country of Israel, women in the military are limited to border security and logistics. Men are just physically made for hard battle. Exception is not to be rule. That's interesting. I have 2 AP tests this month. Please pray that I'll pass. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. You're going to have so much fun. What subjects are you taking? Has your diocese tried to reopen the church for mass? Ours is trying to figure that out right now. Wow, how do you guys feel about that? Don't say how you feel about it because I don't want to get demonetized. Just use the word staying at home or closed, not any other words. Everybody blocked that rude person. Oh. OMG, same. Sleep is a huge trigger for mania. Not fully prevented, but the chances are minimized. Yep. AP English and AP Biology. You're gonna kill AP English so easy. You'll do great. AP Biology, oh my gosh, I would fail that. I'm so bad at science. It's only 2 questions. What do you do for a job? I'm a YouTuber. This is my job. Zine Jane, stopped taking meds days ago and feel physically sick. AP Bio was easy. Oh, okay. I didn't take it. Not enough sleep is bad for you. That's not enough sleep is bad for you. Not know from. Do you like Trent Horn? Yes, he's so cool. I've honestly only heard his debate with Tim Gordon. That was it. Bipolar meds block the sodium vulgate. Bipolar meds block the sodium vulgate gates and include lithium carbonate, Depakote, and Tegretol. To answer your question, you can buy lithium or lithium on Amazon. They would work. No, they're not. They're not strong enough to work. Please go to a psychiatrist. It's not safe to self-medicate. What's your daily mental health routine? So I wake up, I leave. I just made a video talking about tips for depression, so I recommend to go watch my video I made. But I leave the blinds open when I go to sleep, so I wake up in the morning. I make a giant smoothie. I drink coffee. I get to work. I pray. I work out at night, so like I'm gonna go work out after this because that's how I work out. Thank you for the donation, Raul. The unicorn's so cute. I love when you guys do emojis donations. They're my favorite. But I know people always want to ask questions, so I see their comments, so I understand. Fatima, I have to go. I love you. I love you too. Bye. Have you heard of the Dietary Bible? It's almost like a catechism and a Bible combined. That's so cool. No, I haven't. I can memorize some moderators. Fatima Cruz, Alexander, Google account, Keith Gregory, Raul Romero, Alyssa Davis, and that's all I've got. That's crazy you memorized them. What if you were Mormon? That would be wild. If I became Mormon, yeah, I agree. That would be wild. What meds do you take again? Lamictal lamotrigine is one. Seroquel quetiapine is one. And then Vraylar. Do you want me to find the actual name? I can go try to find it. It's called... I might have thrown it away. Let's see. Okay, Vraylar. Look, it's so small. It's like little. It's called Carlprazine is the generic name. Carlprazine Vraylar. You should listen to salsa, bachata, da, 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 da. Yeah, so those are my meds that I take. Have you been on Zoloft? No, I have not. Bubble packs, I got those too. Great eyesight. I have bad eyesight. I mean, I'm wearing my contacts, but I'm horrible without my contacts. What does the title of your live mean? Like, do you forget dates or something? No. Just watch the beginning of my live stream, like, to watch the beginning. Jeremiah! Oh, you gave me some Christmas trees. So sweet. The Dietary is about ailing the lines. I think that was a misspelling. I've been on it since age 10. Wow. Hey, Lizzie, love your content. I have truly learned a lot. Yay, I'm happy you're here. Me too. I'm farsighted. I am nearsighted. Have trouble reading unless it's an E version. That's interesting. Yeah, so I can read. But even when I'm, like, editing videos on my computer, I, like, can't see. Like, unless I have my contacts on. I can change the font size. Oh, so that really helps you a lot. That makes sense. Wow, we've been on here for 100 minutes. That's crazy. Brett Clayton, no, it's not. It's the earliest writings about coming into and living Christianity. Google account has great eyesight. I mean, they're so clear that you can see the Google logo on them. Have you ever worn glasses? Yeah, when I was in elementary and middle school, I got glasses. No, in 7th grade? Yes, 7th grade I got glasses, and then I got contacts in 9th grade. And I was horrible at taking out my contacts. Like, if I had a child, I would just have the daily ones, so I could just like remove them and throw them, because I just like wouldn't take off my contacts, and I would leave them in for so long and then get like eye problems. So yeah. Best pizza topping in your opinion? I really love zucchini and Morningstar beef crumbles, but I've also okay, I made a whole video talking about how I make vegan pizza. It's like a loaded vegan pizza. So YouTube search Lizzie's Answers what I eat in a day, and my what I eat in a day with the pizza will come up, and it was like the best pizza I've ever made. Zoloft is amazing. It has all but cured my anxiety, depression. That's so good. I love contacts. Yeah, me too. I can do my makeup and everything too. It's so nice. I got glasses in 3rd grade. Hey Lizzie, do you like Hawaiian pizza? Before I was vegan, I tried it and I didn't like it. I'm late to the game. Your nose ring came in! Yeah! So I'll actually show you guys what it came in. So, oh wait, I'll take you guys with me actually. I think that'll be easier. Okay. So here is what came in the mail. So if we see, it came in, this was only $15, by the way. So it came in 3 different things. We have 1, 2, and then the hoops came out. So basically, they're all different kinds of, like these ones, if you see, are diamond stud. And then these ones are like, I don't know if you can see, they're so small. Yeah, I don't think the camera will do well. Anyways, yeah, there we go. There we go. So these ones are just like, so some are like diamond studs, and then some are just like a pink circle, and then some are like these. And they're all kind of like different ways to put them in. So like these are like a clasp thing. Yeah. And then the thing about, oh, so then this is interesting too. So these are like straight. Look at that. And then these ones like spin. I don't know if you can see that, but it like spins around. And I like the ones that spin the best. This one is just like, I just like, there's like a hole in it and the hole is like inside. But anyways, I like the ones that spin. I don't know if that makes sense. But if you get a nose ring, get the corkscrew, because those are like way easier to figure out. Lizzie, if you're vegan, does that mean you always order boneless pizza with your 2 liter of Coke? I don't drink soda, you guys. Ever experienced something paranormal? Yes! When I was in Thailand. I made a video about it. What do you think of double pierced earrings? I have double pierced earrings. You guys see? My other piercing is so tiny, but it's there. I wish she'd put this piercing further away. That's like my complaint with that. But I used to have like little diamond studs and then hanging earring, but I don't wear earrings anymore. So if you had daughters, would you pierce their ears when they're babies? No, because I think it's like it's an experience asking to get your ears pierced. It's like a cool, like, yeah, I really like it. What is going on in my eye? Has it been like that the whole time? RST Dylan, I feel more like myself. Thank you for the donation. When I'm off medication and when I'm hypomanic, when I vape, I can get a sleep schedule. I only get mania because of bipolar 1. You're the one who said that you don't want to be on medication. I mean, like, I don't know if anything that I tell you, you won't hear because you're in a state where you're like very addicted to the mania and you feel like that's like core to your identity. And I was like that. Like I went off meds like 4 times and tried to live without meds, and ultimately like I decided to be on meds. So like for me, the reason I've stayed medicated is because I'm in a relationship. And if I wasn't with my boyfriend, I could just like be off in my own world of ideas and philosophy and hyper spirituality and like be on this whole other level. But if you want to be really close to people, you have to be on the level of regular people. So that's why I'm medicated. But if I wasn't with my boyfriend, then I probably wouldn't. I smoked cigarettes for almost 20 years. Wow. When I got my ears pierced, I felt lighter. I need to get going. Christ is risen. Praise his glorious name. What's the biblical difference between piercings and tattoos? So in their culture, they were against tattoos, but they were pro like nose ring and stuff. Like Rebecca in the Bible had a nose ring. What made you want to get a nose ring? So I'm not really sure, but I remember when I was a junior in high school, when I was 16, I really wanted to get a nose ring, and I like told my mom about it, and she's like, no. And then I went through all of college without getting it, but then one of my best friends in Virginia, we were hanging out, and she was getting her nose pierced because it grew in, and she's like, do you want to get your nose pierced like you wanted to before? And I was like, no. And she's like, get it pierced. And she like made me do it. And she's such a good influence on me. I'm glad she made me do it. So that's why I ended up, yeah. I've really been struggling recently and suspect I might be bipolar, but I'm scared my doctor will ignore me. Okay, what you have to do is go in and be like, I have bipolar disorder. Here's a list of symptoms. Like, look up the criteria to diagnose with bipolar on the APA. No, the DSM, sorry. I'm like American Psychological Association is in my head. So the wrong pronoun. DSM, Diagnostic Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. Just Google bipolar disorder DSM diagnosis and all the diagnostic criteria will come up. So then look at their criteria and then write out on your phone a list of how your symptoms fit the criteria, and then they'll listen to you. So go into it knowing what they're looking at, and then make sure your experience matches the list. And who knows, you could be wrong. So that's why it's important to look at the criteria. I can definitely tell I'm schismatic here. Sorry, Lizzie's answer. I'm just down today. Most of my friends have disowned me recently. Oh, how did that happen? That's so sad. I'm so sorry. It's 11:10 p.m. Eastern. I should be taking my medication. I've been going to bed more early. Yeah, you should. I've been going to bed early too. I've really been struggling recently and suspect I might be bipolar. Will you ever wear earrings again? Yeah, I will wear them again. I just like, I don't really buy jewelry. Like the jewelry I have was like sent to me by company. I bought my nose rings. Okay. But like, I don't know. I just don't want to put in the effort to like buy earrings. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't care about wearing earrings right now. Oh, you know why? Because I always have my headphones on. That's why. So if I wear earrings, it like touches like that. Because I have my Beats headphones that are like that. That my audio was in. Where'd they go? Oh, they're over there. Anyways, their headphones are like that. And so the times I've worn earrings, it's kind of hurt. So I think that's why I stopped wearing earrings. Mariah, that's so cute. Thank you for the donation. It's a little pair. Oh, and that's being split in multiple pairs. I think that's what's happening. Do you think it's wrong for a boy to wear makeup and girls' clothes but still identify as a male? So I was told by one of my subscribers who likes wearing dresses, who's a guy, that he asked in confession the priest, and the priest said it's fine for men to wear dresses if they feel like it. So yeah, I think it's fine. I came out as an Eastern Orthodox. That's why. Oh, because you are Catholic, but now you're becoming Orthodox? That's pretty messed up, because we're so similar. That's really messed up. Does soda make your bipolar worse? I do not drink soda, so I don't know. Do you think masturbation is wrong? Yes, because God created sex, and just chemically, sex is meant to unite a couple together because of chemicals you release like oxytocin and vasopressin. So it's made to unite a couple together, and it is meant for the procreation of children because you can get pregnant. I mean, every single time men ejaculate, there's loads of sperm that can create a baby. So just like objectively, that's what sex is. So when you take away the unity part, those chemicals that are meant to bond you together, that's what masturbation is. And when you do in vitro fertilization, which is the part of making a child without the unity, because it's just like in a lab, that's also not the meaning of sex. So every sex act is meant to be uniting the couple together and open to procreating children. So that's like the biological view of sex. It also happens to be the Christian Catholic view of sex, because that's what the church goes by: truth. Science is truth. The church like created modern science. So Father Mike Schmidt says bonding and babies. It's for bonding and babies. So I think that's really sweet. What is on your nose? Oh my gosh, you guys are still, I have my nose ring now. Have you ever faced any religious precedent from Protestants about being Catholic? All the time. People think that I'm not a Christian. And I'm like, we created Christianity. How is this possible? So yeah. One of my friends I was talking to today actually asked about like the women issue in Catholicism, if I feel like they're sexist or not. I'll get to your super comment in a second. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate you. Anyways, so one of my friends was asking me like, she was talking about her new church, how like she has opportunities for preaching and stuff, and she's like, what about you? And I was sharing all the opportunities for speaking I have in Catholicism, how it's so freeing, how women can do everything, how in the Bible they could do not everything. Like obviously the apostolic ministry is priests and bishops. So RSC Dylan, thank you for the donation. My hypomania isn't at all grandiosity. I can fully function, but when I'm in full-blown mania, I'm not. But I only reach full-blown mania when I just drink water. I know it sounds crazy, but that's how my bipolar works. Okay, so what do you mean by just drink water? Like water fast where you don't eat anything else? Or do you mean like drinking coffee instead of water? Like, what do you mean only drink water? That's how my bipolar works. I'm so curious to see the answer. Do you drink flavored seltzer water like LaCroix or such? When I'm like at someone's house, I like LaCroix, but one time I bought it and then I like kind of got sick of LaCroix because I drank it too much. So I'm back to just drinking regular water. Okay, I'm so curious to see what this guy's answer will be about his, Are most Catholic churches racially diverse? Yes. It probably would depend on the part of the country, though. I'm sure, like, I was gonna say in parts of the South, but I don't know. Because there's so much, immigration moving around within the country, I feel like most big cities are pretty racially diverse, so therefore most Catholic churches will be racially diverse. But, yeah, I don't know. So I feel like the Catholic Church really values women. Thank you for the donation, Vincent. You're the other Vince. I just finished Eusebius. Oh, I'm so happy you read it. How were you able to deal with the history of details of how the Christians were treated during the early church by the Romans? The details were horrendous. I cried and cried and cried and cried, and I like felt so loved that they were able to go through that for us and to give us this amazing treasure of a church. So it made me feel so loved. It's kind of like how crucifixes, I used to like cry in front of crucifixes and I couldn't handle seeing it, but then I ended up seeing the core of it as love, and that's how I saw the persecutions of the early church. Just like the crucifix, how it can be beautiful and it can be seen as an empowering symbol. It's the same as the sacrifices of the people of the early church. I live in suburbia and it's like 50% Latino there. Interesting. I switch between soda, water, Gatorade, and then have milk at night. I switch between sometimes almond milk and then, yeah, it depends. What do you feel about people getting baptized under pressure from family? Yeah, I don't think you should force someone to get baptized unless it's like your child, your baby. Our Catholic churches are really diverse and we're in a small city. White, Black, Hispanic, and Asian. It's great. Okay. Yeah, so I guess everywhere it's super diverse. We're like 90% Latino here, so not very racially diverse. Eastern Orthodox is very diverse. Europe, Middle East, etc. It's doctrine, church, related in a way. Da, 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 da. Thank you for all the encouragement. Of course, blessings to you. Aw, have you ever had kombucha? Yeah, kombucha's really good, but it's not that good. Like, I feel like it's like all the hype, and so that makes you want to have it, but it's honestly not like that good. It's kind of like red wine. Like, I don't know if your guys' friend groups are like this, but a lot of my friends are like really into red wine, and I like don't get it. And so back when I drank alcohol, like when I was legal, but before I stopped drinking alcohol because I'm like, it's bad for the brain. But when that was happening, I was always like, why are you drinking red wine? It doesn't even taste good. So do you ever have panic attacks? No. Except, oh my gosh, I should make a story time about this. One time I was on the airplane and I started having a panic attack on the airplane, but it wasn't a panic attack, like a proper panic attack. It was like a reaction of my medicine. I took this medicine called Seroquel to fall asleep, and I woke up and I was like, it's a muscle relaxant if anyone takes Seroquel. And so I was like woken up in the middle of the night with my muscles all like that. And I started like shaking and like passing out and like getting really, really, really hot. And yeah, kombucha is really good, but it's not that good. Anyway, so that happened to me. What's your favorite thing about Trevor? Oh, he's a very intense, entertaining person. He's really funny. He's really interesting. He has really good ideas. He knows so much. So you can ask him a question and learn a lot about the world. So I really like the engaging and entertaining. Story time makes me think of Reading Rainbow, how you said that. I love kombucha, but I get what you mean about alcohol because I don't like most alcohol. Just had a small glass of sweet red wine. Do sometimes Catholic priests leave for joining Protestant churches because of disagreement or problems? Yeah, I'm sure it's happened before. Is Trevor a Renaissance man? So I assume that you mean by this, like, a Renaissance man is someone who, like, does everything. So, like, they're into history, and then they're good at painting, and then they do wrestling, and then they're good in science. I would say no. He doesn't have time to have hobbies. He's, like, does his scholar stuff, and that's pretty much it. Like, he doesn't have time to have other hobbies. But if he didn't have to be so skilled at, like, his current job, then I think he would be a Renaissance man, because he really likes photography. He's really good at film. So, but yeah, he kind of is forced to just do one activity and be really good at one activity. So, what does communion taste like? It's wine. So it tastes like really sweet wine, red wine. Communion wine is actually good. It's like way better than if I'm just like drinking a glass of wine with my friends. So whatever one that my parish uses is really good. So it's wine. Sometimes it's white wine. Usually it's red wine. And the wafer thing that becomes Jesus, it just tastes like cardboard. But I let it dissolve in my, I don't chew on it. I let it dissolve in my mouth. So I just like leave it in my mouth and then receive the wine. Oh my gosh, I miss communion so much. I miss the Eucharist. I hate this so much. It's so annoying. I mean, I totally understand, like, we're saving so many lives, and like even losing one life is so horrific and affects so many people. And so like I'm glad that we're staying inside, and I'm glad I'm not receiving the Eucharist, but like I really, really, really miss it. So anyways, I leave it in my mouth, and then I receive the wine, and then I like let it all dissolve in my mouth, and then obviously I swallow it at one point, but I like letting it dissolve. So I feel the same about communion wine. What about the tragon that Jesus speaks of? Yeah, I made a whole video about this, so YouTube search Lizzie's Answers. Oh, that's what you're saying. What happened to chewing? Crunch and munch, tragon. Sometimes I do if I'm feeling like ambitious. Communion wafer tastes like an ice cream cone. Yeah, like an ice cream cone. That's a good way to describe it. Like, not the like really bougie ice cream cones, but the cheap ice cream cones. Like the ones that are not like, the ones that are like this at the bottom and then like that and have like square ridges in them, it tastes like that ice cream cone, not one that like is like a triangle on the bottom and like that. I hope that makes sense. I'll feel so understood if some of you get that. I miss Mass and the Eucharist. Honestly, I wish church would just start back up again, but in smaller groups. Yeah, but then our priests will die because some of them are really old. Do you ever sometimes go to Protestant church for the memories? No, but I go with my family and friends sometimes. I thought I would miss it, but I actually don't miss it because I feel like Mass has everything Protestantism had, but more, so I don't really miss it. But I will say, when I first became Catholic, and sometimes now, I'll look up on YouTube and listen to the a cappella songs that they used to sing at my churches. So I do miss the singing, but not like, yeah, like we're getting a better homily than the sermon is at the Protestant churches. Obviously the communion goes from just being bread and grape juice to like Jesus. So obviously you're winning on that front. And then you have so many more prayers, and you have the creed, and you have so many memorized things you say together, so many parts of the Bible incorporated into the liturgy. So you're just getting like more Bible, better sermon, better communion. It's like, yeah, I miss the singing, like the songs that we sing, but everything else like doesn't exist in Protestant church. So it's like I go to Protestant church and it feels so empty. And it used to be so meaningful, but compared to Catholicism, it feels so empty. So that sucks. Like, I hate that I have to say that, like, my entire life feels empty now. But it's just, like, compared to so much spiritual treasure. Lizzie, how do you manage prayer intentions if you have a lot of them? How do you make them count? I have them in a book, so if I don't want to read them, I'm like, I just say I pray for all my prayer intentions and ask people in heaven to pray with me for them. Possible title of your future book? I want to have the Eucharist finally. Thank you for making your video dating someone who's bipolar a few years ago. I had a girlfriend who was bipolar, and your video helped me be understanding and supportive. Aww. I can't join the church. I was supposed to at Easter Vigil. That's so sad. The Gospel of Lizzie. Oh, that's what I should name my book. Does Protestant communion technically transubstantiate even though they don't believe in it? No. You need a consecrated priest to consecrate the Eucharist. So it's impossible for Protestant churches to have the Eucharist unless they steal the Eucharist from a Catholic church, or caveat, on the rare occasion that an Anglican or Episcopal church may have valid apostolic succession, but it's super unclear whether or not they have apostolic succession. So we don't know if they have real presence. You have to get it from a Catholic church. So, did you grow up watching Animal Planet like many others? I didn't have TV or internet or movies growing up. I'm sorry, I can't relate. Too bad we cannot meet. If you want to be in my Bible study, email me and I can include you guys from the live stream. Steal it. Okay, you guys. No, they broke away. Yeah, sadly. Okay. I love you guys a lot. We've been here for over 2 hours. It's been really fun. I'm happy that this gets to be... Oh, I was like, what if my phone dies? I love you, Galia. Thank you for being here. I love you, Mariah. I love you, Megan. I love you, Heather. Make sure to thumbs up the video, like the video if you haven't already. Thank you for hanging out for so long. This was so good. The time like went away. Usually live streams towards the end, I'm like getting tired and like want to leave after talking for so long, but this was actually really, really fun. So I love you guys so much. I will see you in my next video or my next live stream. Bye.